Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's been a bit. It's been a couple of months. I think it was like April 15th that we left off. And it's June now, so yeah. We had a couple problems. My computer went haywire and I had to get it rebuilt. And our vehicle went bad and we had to get another vehicle. Just a circus of things happening. I've sold about 250 items since then, so I'm not going to cover everything in this. I'm just going to do the highlights, some good, some bad, stuff like that. I've had some interesting customers since then too, so I'll have to explain about those. That might be a separate video. I've also started to buy on online auctions since the C-word thing happened, and I've actually had some really good success with that, so I'm going to talk about that too. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, the first item up is 2,500 pipe cleaners in an assorted lot of different colors and things. I got them in a pallet of childcare items back in February, I believe it was. And I paid $25 for the pallet, and this is like one of the first lots that sold, so $45, free shipping. Yeah. Next we have a set of 5 21-inch palm leaf shaped plastic replacement ceiling fan blades. That's a mouthful. I got 10 of them, and they were actually a curb pickup. It was a thing where someone posted an ad and said, come get all this stuff off the curb, we're cleaning out the garage. Yeah, they were in that pile. There were 10 fan blades, and we separated them into 2 lots, $49.99 plus $12 shipping. And they sold really quickly within just a few days of me listing both lots. Next is Margaritaville Margarita Frozen Drink Maker Escape to Paradise. Sold for $115 plus shipping. The shipping on there is not accurate. That would be to me, but it was a significant amount. I think it was around $150 total for everything. This was a garage sale pick. I got it for, I believe, $10. That specific yard sale was actually a really good one. They had a Michael Kors watch and all kinds of stuff that I got, and I got really good deals. Made a lot of money on that one. Next up is a vintage Mountain View Police polished brass belt buckle. This came in a bunch of belt buckles that I bought at a auction on HiBid, actually. It was one of my first ventures into that. And I went a little bit overboard on the belt buckles. I got a couple lots of them, and I paid a significant amount, but I have already made that back, so I'm not upset with that. Anyway, this particular one, I got $25 plus shipping. The next item is AudioTechnica Pro UHF wireless microphone system. This item actually was bought once and returned, and it was relisted and it sold again for $80 plus shipping. And the second time, the person was very happy. They left positive feedback, and all was well. The next one up is a vintage logo or Dodge logo belt buckle. It's another one from the lot of belt buckles. This was probably the worst condition one I had, and it sold for $32 plus $3.50 shipping. Next up, we have Spiro Spiral, however you say that, Reignited Trilogy for Nintendo Switch. I got 3 copies of this from an online arbitrage deal with Target. It was buy 2 get 1 free, and I ended up paying, I think, around $30 each, and I got 3 copies of it. I sold each one of them for $39.99 plus shipping. One of them specifically paid for fast shipping. This was during the pandemic when video games are going crazy, so pretty good deal on that. I ended up profiting a little bit. It's not great because it's, online arbitrage, but it was a good deal for me. Speaking of video games, the next item up is Stunt Racer 64 for Nintendo 64. It was a Blockbuster exclusive game back in the day, and this was in the games that I found a while back when I found all of my original Nintendo 64 games. And what this was something I bought from eBay like 10 years ago in a lot of games, and I think I paid $20 for the whole, like 20 games or something like that. Anyway, I sold this one for $223.25 with free shipping. It did go priority, so it was insured. But yeah, it was a great deal. I had to get a tool to pull it out and show that it was authentic, but it worked out. Buyer was happy. They left positive feedback, and yeah. The next item up is a Burnett's Gin mirrored bar tray sign thing. It was pretty cool. I got it for $1 at a garage sale. It sold for $32 plus shipping. This actually had a weird thing happen. I sent it FedEx, and when the FedEx people received it, they marked it as delivered to Fort Worth, which is where I'm from. I'm from Fort Worth. And the person saw the tracking number, and they freaked out and messaged me and were angry, and they were like, why is it delivered to Fort Worth? I don't live anywhere near Fort Worth. Ah! And I had to explain to them that FedEx messed up, And I called FedEx and I asked them about it. They said, oh yeah, we just scanned it incorrectly. It's actually still on the way. It'll be delivered. I apologize, yada yada. So I explained that to the customer. They were happier. They calmed down a little. And then they told me when it got there, they were happy. They left positive feedback and everything was okay. Just sometimes FedEx does things like that. I don't know. The next item up here is actually not a very high dollar sale, but it's a pretty cool item, I thought. At an estate sale last year, beginning of the summer, I got a box of basically vintage photos, and I've been going through them. I still have to list a bunch of them, but a couple of them were really cool, like this one. It's a vintage black and white class photo from 1949 of a local junior high school here, and I listed it for $19.99 plus shipping originally, and it just nobody ever bought it. They were interested, but just, you know, nobody bought it. Finally, someone bought it for $16.99 plus shipping, and they got it and they said they loved it. It was awesome. They were very happy with it. So, great deal. Really cool item. Yeah. Next, we have a Sony micro cassette recorder, basically. I got it for 50 cents, I think, at a garage sale, and I decided to put a package of my unopened micro cassettes with it, and it sold for $55 plus shipping. Next, we have a vintage Winchester stainless steel folding tactical knife that was made in Taiwan. I got $25 with free shipping. It actually sold to someone in Canada, and the guy was really excited to get it and everything. He actually paid for first class international shipping, and I sent it, and it had an estimated date of like June 19th delivery, and this was well over a month ago, and it's just horrible. I didn't think at first that it was ever going to get there. The guy finally got it. He got it a couple weeks early, the beginning of June, somewhere around in there, and he was very happy with it. He left positive feedback, and he understood about it taking so long. Which, come on, let's be honest, that's kind of rare in customers these days. So anyway, I was happy that he was happy. Next we have Mario Kart for Nintendo Wii with a steering wheel, and it sold for $42.99 plus shipping. This came out of a deal that I made towards the beginning of the C-word pandemic. I got a deal for basically a stack of games and some other Nintendo stuff for $20. So, made my money back right here, this one game. And I bought a JFJ Easy Pro just to clean up all those games, and I've still got to work through some of them. But basically, that stack of games paid for my JFJ Easy Pro, which, you know, everybody has to say is pretty stinking awesome. Okay, the next item is from some of the auctions that I've been doing. This is one of the better ones. I actually paid $5 for this, and I got $148.50 plus shipping. The shipping was more around $20 or so, and it was like $160 or somewhere in there that I got for it was Vintage Marks Battlegrounds, and this was so brittle. If you touched any of it, it actually would break. So I had to pack this very, very gently. I actually made a styrofoam cocoon for it, for even the box, because the box was even brittle. But the buyers were actually happy. They said it was perfectly described, they got what they wanted, and it arrived safely. So, difficult item, happy customer, that's always a winner. The next item is really nothing special. It's a vintage 1970s Backgammon travel game, and it had a denim case, which I thought was kind of cool. I've never actually seen that particular style of that before. But what makes this special to me is because I got this out of a deal that we did from, it was sort of like an estate sale, sort of like a garage sale, but I bought this woman's Disney collection, and then just a couple other extra things she had, and this was one of them. And this thing and the whole collection smelled so bad of cigarette smoke, it was ridiculous. I had to clean that stuff, and it was just nasty. I had tar all over it. I still have some jackets that I'm just thinking about getting rid of, because I don't think I'm going to list them. This thing sat in baking soda for over a year to get the smell out, and finally it started smelling better. And so we vacuumed it out really good. It also had like that spray foam stuff, spray foam insulation on the outside, and I managed to get that off of there. And I listed it as, you know, not in great shape. I told about the condition of it and stuff. I didn't mention the cigarette smoke because it finally disappeared. But anyway, someone bought it and they were happy with it. They left positive feedback, and I was like, hey, cool. The next item up is a Great American Layout DVD series. It's 17 instructional model train DVDs. They sold for $79.99 plus shipping. This actually went global shipping to somewhere in England, I think. Not entirely sure. But the customer was happy, and that's great. It came from one of the high bid auctions again. It was a guy who had a bunch of train stuff, and I've listed some of it, sold some of it, and I still have some to list. So, yeah. Next we have a vintage SmithCorona electric typewriter. It had a spelling feature, and it would also type automatically. It was a pretty cool typewriter for, being the age it was and everything. It also came with paperwork, and it was from Circuit City, which, if you know what Circuit City is, then you know that it's no more. So it was pretty cool. It had receipts and just all kinds of stuff from when it was originally purchased from Circuit City. It sold for $95 free shipping. The person actually sent me an offer. I had it listed plus shipping, and the guy was like, "Would you take $95 free shipping?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that." I got it for $5 from a garage sale. It was like one of the last garage sales I went to before everything happened, and I was happy with that. And the guy actually just left me positive feedback a few days ago. He's like, "I haven't used it much, but I like it, so I'll take it, whatever." The next item is Haviland Limoges 12 Days of Christmas plates from 1970 to 1981, a complete set of 12. This is another thing I've got from the high bid auctions. I paid, I believe, $30 for this set, and I got $135 plus shipping. They were absolutely immaculate when I got them, and I made these little holders to take a photo of them, set it all up and everything. I used colorful background, and my dog shook the background, and they kind of clung together, and one of them had a very fine, faint crack in it. So, of course, I dropped the price a little bit. I was going to list it for about $150. But they still sold. The customer's really happy. I sent them a detailed photo of the little crack, and they were like, "Okay, that's fine." I packaged these, every single one of them, individually in boxes. I boxed those boxes, and then I put another box on the outside of that to mail these because they were very delicate. But they arrived safely. The customer was happy, and I got positive feedback on this. So, very happy with that. And yes, I was a little upset at my dog, but she is almost 15 years old, so I can't blame her that much. She was just a little nervous and a little jumpy, so that's okay. Next, we have something that I actually had tossed aside and put away after a garage sale. It was in a bunch of stuff that I got probably a year ago. A Logitech Webcam, C310. I didn't even want to bother with it because it didn't have the box, but I saw that they were selling regularly, so I pulled it out, tested it, and I got $44.99 free shipping, and it sold really quickly. Next, we have an interesting customer. It's 63 General Dynamic F16 photo prints. Okay, these were something I got at the same auction that I bought the Battleground thing from. This was a lot of General Dynamic stuff. It had patches, stickers, photos, everything. I got it for $5. So I was really happy with that. I listed them, basically every photo print. There was several of each one and stuff. I listed them for $5.99 free shipping. No, it was $6.99 free shipping. This guy messaged me. He's from Australia. He's a plane enthusiast, specifically the F-16. He wanted a large collection of what I had and was wondering if I would put a lot together for him. We messaged back and forth for nearly 4 days getting this put together, and I made a special listing just for him. And he was very happy. I included some freebies too. And it is still on the way to Australia right now. But it was a pretty good deal. It was $155 plus first class international shipping. It came in just under 4 pounds, so it barely made it. But we worked on this, and I missed a couple days of listing for this. So hopefully he's happy. Yeah. Next we have the Complete Thin Men Collection DVD set, 2005. I got $75 free shipping. I got this at one of the auctions, actually, and I think I paid $10, and it came with a couple other things in the lot, so it's not that bad. I actually had to order one DVD to complete this set because one was missing, but anyway, $75 free shipping, not a bad deal. Next up we have a Chilton's wiring diagram, 1992 domestic cars. I got $49 plus $9.22 media mail shipping. Next we have commercial electric 6-inch white baffle recessed lighting things. There's a lot of 5 of them. I paid, I think, $10 for the lot. There were some other tools and things mixed in with it too. And I got $49.95 free shipping on that, and it sold within like 2 days of being listed, so it was pretty good. That was actually a really good auction. I got a plumber's closet. It was like full of all kinds of plumbing parts, samples, and everything else. It was like $2,200 worth of listings when I finished it. I worked on it for a full week and I got it finished, all of it listed. And I have more than made my money back. I actually found, in that mess of stuff, I found $40 worth of gift cards from Lowe's. So it paid for itself. I only paid $25 for the closet. So I would have to say that plumber's closet is probably the top 5 of the deals that I've made so far since I've been reselling the last 2 years. Next item is a wing-tight shower drain replacement PVC. Anyway, I had 8 of these, and they came in the plumber's closet, and I listed them because it was like a multi-quantity item. It was one of the first listings, and I listed them for $35 free shipping. I sold one at $35, and then I sold a lot of 4 of them for $140 with free shipping. So, doing great on that so far. And then next we have some of the things that I'm not doing so great on. This is called Securitank Toilet Brace. I got it. It was in a smushed box and a lot of plumbing stuff, and I was just listing. I was really tired and was trying to get the whole thing done in one week. Which I saw in the box that there was 2 of them. Listed it, $9.99 free shipping. Not a second thought. I was okay with that because shipping would only be a couple bucks. Just whatever. It's another item. I put it away. It sold. I had to go to ship it, and I realized that it didn't have the clips in the box. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Do I cancel this order? Do I drop ship it? What do I do? Anyway, I looked, and they were all too expensive on eBay. I looked on Google, and I found that Home Depot actually has these for $5. So I did the order pickup deal, and I mailed off the new ones to this customer. And I got good feedback now. So next we have another auction item. It's Linux Opal Innocence carved coffee mug set. These generally come in sets of 4, but I had 8 of them. And I listed them for $65 plus shipping, and they sold fairly quickly. They sold within the weekend. I think I listed them on a Thursday, and they were sold by Monday. And I ended up packing these 2 to a small box, and then double boxing those. So hopefully they arrive safely. They're going somewhere in Texas, which is not too far. They're still on their way right now. I paid $10 for the lot, and there was a couple other things in that, plus these. So, great deal. And the last thing is another mistake that I made this week. It was something that shipped during the week, which was last week, when I was super tired and I was trying to push myself to list all the plumbing items. I had 2 hats sell in one day, which is very rare for me. I've never had 2 hats sell in one day. I barely have 2 hats in a month sometimes. One of them was a Detroit Tigers fitted performance baseball hat, and one was a train conductor's hat. And they sold pretty much back to back. And when I went to ship them, I label all of my items after I pack them up. They're both in similar size boxes. And I labeled one train hat and one the baseball hat. And I know I did that. I know I labeled them correctly. But when I was putting the labels on the boxes, I mixed them up. So they went to the wrong customers. And the guy that was supposed to get the baseball hat got the train conductor hat. And he messaged me and he was like, "This is not the hat I ordered. Ah." And I said, "Oh no, I'm very sorry. Let me check into it and I'll get back to you." And then I, talked to some people in a Facebook group I'm part of, and they suggested that I should just refund them and tell them to donate the hats. So yeah, I did that with both. I haven't heard back from either customer, but they've both been refunded. And it cost me basically $30. I mean, I only had $1 into one hat and maybe $2 into the other, so that's actually all I lost plus the shipping, but it could have been $30. So yeah, mistakes happen. Moral of the story, don't try to push yourself too hard. Make sure you double check everything, make sure you're doing okay, and take a break occasionally. Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will try to get back on track so these videos are a little shorter. Other than this, I do actually post on Instagram under It's Flippin' Gina, and if you'd like to follow me there, go ahead and do that and say hi. Yeah, I just post random weird pictures of things I buy, things I sell, funny things, whatever. So yeah, thank you for watching.